So, hey guys, welcome to Let's Break Morrowind. Morrowind is one of my favorite games, mostly because it's very, very broken in a lot of ways, and I just kind of love breaking the shit out of it. And I'm going to just kind of play this game in a way it's gonna kind of fuck everything up. So let's just go ahead and get right into things. And I will see you all after this intro video.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
My name is Millicent. Last name Vanilli.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Okay, so intro's pretty straightforward. I just kind of get around this guy as fast as possible, and can't really do
This is
anything
where
yet.
they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Now races. There are a lot of races in Morrowind. 75% of them are 75% of people in Morrowind are dark elves, and 75% of them are just 75% of fire, which is something to keep in mind if you're a wizard. So we're obviously going to be playing a girl. I've noticed a lot of people when they let's play this game, they play Khajiit. I don't know why. Like, number one, you're all a bunch of fucking furries, and number two, Khajiit are like the worst race in the game because they can't wear boots. And I mean, they're not alone in that. Argonians also can't wear boots, so they're the second worst. But yeah, there are a lot of different races. Nords are good because they just have a lot of resistances, and High Elves are great because they have a bunch of weaknesses. They're actually terrible. Anyway, we're going to be playing a Breton because they have this ability right here, which lets you resist 50% of Magicka, which is insanely broken, actually. Also a little extra Magicka, and, you know, useless abilities. So yeah, let's just pick our appearance.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Falling in, but get out of my fucking way. Ooh, now over here. Unfortunately, we can't steal it yet because we don't have an inventory, so let's just...
Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
So, obviously we're going to be creating our own custom class, and I won't go in much into why we're picking the skills we are, but basically we wanted to pick skills that we're not going to use that much. Just because the weird, stupid way that leveling up in Morrowind works. It's, you know, based on your skill gains, so we want to be able to control that, so... I pick, yeah, you can see, just kind of picking weapon skills that I'm not going to use very much, and magic skills, and, you know, there are a bunch of gimmies, like marksman and hand-to-hand is obviously completely useless. Anyway, we're also going to pick magic for our specialization. It just gives us a bunch of skill points, and apparently makes leveling up skills easier. I don't know if that's true. For favorite attributes, we do luck and endurance, in that order. The order is super important. And we need a class name as well. That's a good class name. And we can put it in a description if we really want. Yeah, it's a good description. Okay.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
So, signs. Well, they have a bunch of things. They give you abilities generally, like this one gives you some extra magicka and also gives you a 50% weakness to magicka, so it's completely useless. Don't ever break this one. Some of them also give you spells, like this one. They're a little better than normal spells. Some of them give you powers you can use once a day, and they're completely useless. Don't ever use those. If you want just a general purpose, one for a normal character, I'd pick the lady, just because it gives you 50 stat points. Endurance gives you, more health. Personality makes people like you more. We're not picking a normal character. We're making just like a Twinkie min-max asshole character, and for that we want the Atronach. The big draw here is spell absorption, which just 50 points means anytime anyone else casts a spell on us, there's a 50% chance that we'll absorb its effects, which means it doesn't do anything to us, and we gain the magic it's meant to cast it. So that's really good defensively. And also, it gives us a fuckload more maximum magicka, as you can see. Downside is that we don't recover magicka when we rest, but there are ways around that, especially with that top ability, so yeah.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Yeah, everything's looking good here. Skills are basically in order. Our signs the Atronach, our Rice is Breton. This game is better than Dark Souls 3. I'm not crazy about the name though. It seems a little too formal. Millicent. Let's try shortening that. Something a little more casual. There we go.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
Alright. So now we have an inventory. So now we can steal things.
Do you take me for a fool?
Continue through to the next building and talk to Celis Gravius.
And of course, in classic Morrowind fashion, we just take things, then drop them on the ground, and then they won't get confiscated from
You've
us.
stolen for the last time.
Thief!
And I'm going to come back to those. Just first things first, I want to go in here and get this lockpick. This is just for a little pocket change.
Do you take me for a fool?
Also, despite that, they won't actually take our gold. So yeah, we'll just take that nice lameware platter. These books are worth a decent amount. We'll sell them early. And one thing that's kind of important, we're going to go in here, check this bedroll, make sure that we can actually rest. And then just kind of root through these bags, see if there's anything marginally valuable. I just get some red lichen, and some flowed soap. That's nice, towards 50. Other than that, there's really just some silverware, some candelabra. That flint is worth 100, so it's okay. Books are generally worth a fair amount. Plates are completely useless now. And now I take this ring, and it wants me to go in there, but there's a cop in there, and I just stole a bunch of stuff, so let's see if we can find another way out of here. Okay, tutorial over.
Sorry,
Let's
stranger.
talk to this
My
guy.
time is short, so get on with it.
Well, yes, we do have a ring. So yeah, we talked to that guy. We're just gonna go to this shop real quick. There's a shop over here. We can go and offload all of our stolen goods. Also, lanterns generally don't belong to anybody, so you can just steal as many of them as you want. I'm gonna drop the limeware platter here while we do things. Wait for an hour to recover my stamina. And this guy likes us a lot because he gave that guy his ring, but I'm gonna bribe him to make him like us a little more. Gives us better prices. Just kind of sell all that other stuff. And we'll buy a few of these scrolls of Ondusi's Unhinging. Now, just real quick, we're gonna head back over this way. pick this door, but it's pretty complex, so... I'll just use one of these scrolls we bought. Now if we go over here, there's a nice little pile of gold, but we can't really take it
You made your
so...
last mistake, thief!
Oh, well look at that. It looks like the tutorial isn't actually over yet. So, yeah, we can't actually get punished for our crimes yet. We could just straight up kill somebody, and they would just forgive us. There's just one problem, though. If you check the menu here, you'll see that there's an option missing. I can't actually save, so I thought I would just show this thing off right now, and then just kind of... We're not going to keep doing that. Oh, and here we have some hack-a-low. That stuff is valuable. It's worth 30 apiece. Basically, we're just going to steal everything in this warehouse, and then we're going to go and actually finish the tutorial. And then this guy seems to think that lanterns belong to somebody. Lanterns belong to the world. Doesn't matter though, because even if we weren't being charged for our crimes, we'd just charge like 10. That was some scuttle. That's also good because it's worth 10 apiece. Here's some skooma. I was debating not taking this, but I decided to anyway, because it's worth 500 apiece. The only problem is we can't actually sell it to the merchants because they just won't deal with us while we have it in our inventory. Same with moon sugar. It's also really valuable. But I decided to go ahead and just take all these drugs anyway. So yeah, now we got a bunch of drugs. Let's go actually finish the tutorial. Yeah, this guy wants us to, gives us some duties. We have to go to, let's go to Balmora apparently, but we're just gonna steal a few more things from town before we actually do that. First things first, we're actually gonna head over to this lighthouse to, well, actually, first things first here. Okay, now we're gonna go to the lighthouse. And try to jump over this rope. It's not really going to work out too well for us. Morrowind physics are weird. Yeah. So, I'm just going to cast this water walking spell. We picked Alteration for one of our major skills, and let's just start with a few spells like this. It's alright. Not super handy. Not super important. Fine, I'll use the stairs. Just a few things to get over here. Number one. Number two, there's a goblin points here. It's okay. A little bit fussing with that. And then I also picked Axe for one of my major skills. We'll go over here. This is actually why. You get a pretty okay Axe. It's got an enchantment on it, that's a little damage, but it's not like great or anything, but it's enchanted, so it can hit certain things that it wouldn't be able to otherwise. There's a lady in here. Don't just run in here and start stealing things, or else you'll get mad. However, you can't just hide behind this pillar, just because if she doesn't have line of sight on you, she can't see you. Let's us steal almost everything in here. Like some Hackle Low, some Scuttle. There's a few containers we can't really reach, but they generally don't contain anything good. So yeah, we're just gonna go up here and get the real treasure. Yeah, this is a skill bug. You find these around, and they're generally worth a lot more than other bugs. So they're nice to sell if you can find somebody who will buy them. That's everything from the lighthouse. So we're just gonna go back over to Aril's and pawn all this stuff off again. We'll pick some mushrooms, but looks like our collection is going to be a little incomplete.
Where's that slave? Here not long ago.
We have another hour to restore our stamina. And you can see he won't deal with us because we have moon sugar. And if we drop that off, he won't deal with us because we have skooma.
An honor, to be sure.
So yeah, we'll just sell the rest of this crap we have, or try to anyway. This Hackalo is actually a bit too rich for his blood. So yeah, I just want to get a few scrolls of Drathis' Winter Guest. They do a fair amount of ice damage. So yeah, if I sell him a few Hackalos just to get all of his gold. And then that's basically everything we're going to do in Saturnine. So I'll just take all my contraband and my limeware platter and we'll head out of here to the Silt Strider. So yeah, just gonna talk to her. We traveled. Let's just not waste any time. We're just gonna get right on with things. Go straight to Suran. Okay, so this Suran is an interesting place. I'm gonna quick save and drop all my stolen goods here again, just because. For reasons I don't want to have them on me. First things first, I'm going to go in this guard tower. Just because if we go up here, how's it going? You can see down here we have this Sword of White Woe, which is an extremely valuable sword. Unfortunately, this guy's standing right here, and we can't really get an angle. If we, like, from right here, we can't actually get an angle on it. So, what are we supposed to do? I'll just quick save and show what happens when I do try to steal it. Yeah, it's so valuable we get a death warrant for our crime. So that's obviously no good. Let's load our game. Alright,
Quickly,
so,
Outlander. I haven't much time.
first things first, we'll, in this closet, we'll see just 200 gold sitting around. That's nice. And now, if we get on here, I'm going to quick save. And then 20 minutes later, I'm going to quick load and not realize that I didn't quick save again. But anyway. Yeah, we'll just... Guys up here. We need to make him not be there.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
So. Here, and 5 gold. Yeah, that's fair. And now he just has to stand there, so we're going to go back upstairs. no problem. And
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
And while we're here, we'll go ahead and go downstairs. Take this nice blue lantern and a skill book. There's a lot of skill books in Suran, actually. I'm not going to steal all of them. In fact, I'm not going to steal most of them. I'll just go ahead and drop my stolen goods right off right over here. And that's not the only valuable thing we're going to steal from here. Go head over to this store.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
Take the sounds off for reasons we'll see. Now head over here, you can see this guy's got this ebony right bracer.
I will
worth
listen,
5,000.
but make it quick.
He's got, shut up, 5 of those. Got an ebony right bracer worth 5,000, 5 ebony darts worth 2,000 each, and a glass dagger that's worth 4,000. But we can't steal it while he's here, so just take one of these.
Wretched thief!
Eat the evidence. There we go. Pick a fight with this guy. Really getting some use out of that hand-to-hand miner skill. This idiot needs to follow me, so get him upstairs. Sure, go over here. Tries to hide by walking into the urns over here. Gotta go knock some sense into him. You can see how good hand-to-hand is. Oh man, this guy's really giving it to us. I think we're gonna have to tap out. Just real quick like. See, nothing to it. And also, can't forget. And there we go. And I'm just gonna... So I just need to get my bounty cleared. So there's actually a guard in here. I'm just gonna go talk to him. Drop all my stolen stuff on the ground. Go in here. 1 gold? I guess that's fair. Alright, so we've paid 6 gold and stolen about what? 30,000 gold worth of goods? Not counting the lanterns. Alright, so,
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
just one last stop before we leave. There's some stuff in here that we can steal, and it's a little complicated, but how we steal from her, but see if you can follow along.
Grab her! Grab her! Grab her!
Yeah, some people just
Grab her!
they just don't care. You can just steal stuff from them and they won't do anything. I don't know why. I mean, they'll yell at you, but that's about it. We can go over here and get some master grade lockpicks.
Grab her!
And, there's a pretty good set of steel armor here if you're into that kind of thing, and some dead
Where's that
lanterns.
slave?
Creepy.
Here not long ago.
Anyway, here's another skill book. And yeah, that's it. So, yeah, we've had a pretty productive time in Suran, but we're gonna get out of here now. Take all of our stolen stuff back.
Why walk when you can ride?
And now we're going to Balmora.
Why walk when you can ride?
And while we're in Balmora, I'm going to be checking out all the crates. They can sometimes contain some mildly valuable stuff, and no one really cares if you steal from them. Like, here's some magic throwing stars for some reason. And quality potion. They restore stats. They're not really useful, but they're fairly valuable. Here's an exclusive one, for example. Just a quick saving, but another one. Alright, yeah, so, yeah, just before we do anything else, we're gonna go over here to, this general store over here. Got our buddy Ruffy here. There's a reason we want to deal with him in particular. A racist reason, but that's just how this game works. We'll bribe him a little bit, just to get him on our good side. We'll bribe him 100 gold. And yeah, we'll just sell him some smooth sugar. See if he's into that. So you'll notice that he doesn't actually stop us from bartering with him. It's so valuable we actually can't sell all of it. We tried buying one of these really expensive katanas, but we don't really have quite enough for those. And not really in the market for that. So we'll just sell him some of the moon sugar. I can't debate this for a minute. So you can see we get quite a bit of gold from him. And we'll just leave the rest over here. There you go, Revere. It's on the house. Anyway, what we're really going to do is we're going to go over here and join the Mages Guild. Oath? Yeah, sure, whatever. So yeah, we're going to go talk to Ajira. There's some decent girls in here. And some, also some decent potions. These restore magicka, which is obviously very helpful, given our sign. Oh, and one last thing we're going to do before we go down there is we will head up here and we'll talk to the enchantress here, Caldera. And you can see on her desk she's got
What is this about, Breton?
a bunch of these soul gems, which are actually incredibly valuable. Unfortunately, also a limor platter, but since she's standing right there, we can't really steal them yet, so we'll figure something out. For now, we're just going to head downstairs. We might talk to Ajira, we might not.
Can you ask your question quickly? I must be going.
Yeah, I think we're just going to talk to her and go to Caldera.
Good day. Let's
Okay,
do
and
business.
downstairs, we can talk to... Oh, right. We have this skooma. We'll drop it off real quick. And then if we talk to him, he's got some pretty nice alchemy equipment for sale. Unfortunately, can't really afford it right now. We'll keep you in mind. For now, we're just gonna step in here. I won't spend as much time rooting through crates in the future, I swear. Now we're just gonna head upstairs, see what's up here. Oh, what do we have here? It's a pretty valuable set of alchemy equipment. it's we got a pretty good discount on it. Fortunately, it's a bit heavy, so we're just gonna drop this axe. We're not actually gonna use it. So yeah, let's just let's go down here. Hey, you still got that alchemy set? Oh, huh. Imagine that. He just sold out.
Good day. Let's do business.
Excuse me. Grab our skooma and we'll get out of here. Now, there's a few things we want to do in Caldera. First of all, we are going to head over to that big fort you can see. The reason is we actually want to buy some spells from somebody in here. Unfortunately, you can't steal spells from people. Trust me, I would steal all of them, but no, we're just gonna go over here, rest for an hour to regain our stamina, and then we'll bribe her a little bit. Ah, come on. There you go. Now we've got this chameleon spell. That's nice. Tinner's Hop Toad is fun. Slowfall will be useful later. As will hide. Soul Trap is good, but what we're really here for is telekinesis. Now, obviously, in a game all about stealing, telekinesis is really useful. And, you know, we've actually got the perfect place to show it off right here. You can see all these silver plates here, and all this silverware and stuff, but you can't exactly steal it with that guy right there, so we'll just get a nice hiding place. And I'll spare you all watching this failed attempt here. But basically just make sure we're in position, make sure none of these people can see us. It'd help if they didn't move, but you know. Anyway, we crouch, make sure we're hidden. Telekinesis and just start stealing. Just making sure that we're not visible there. But yeah, since you can pause the game, you can just steal as much as you want, even if you got a 5-second duration here. So yeah, telekinesis is pretty good. One problem is now we can't move, but we've got something else for that. This Sujama here gives us 50 points of strength, which is 250 extra pounds carrying capacity. So that's pretty good. We're going to take all of our ill-gotten goods and walk off over this way. There's one more place we want to visit here in Caldera. Well, actually, there are a few places, but given our current load, this is going to be our next priority stop. This is Gorak Manor, and it's an interesting place for a few reasons. For one,
You can't escape.
no one really cares if you steal things from here.
Surrender yourself.
In an unmodded game, anyway. If it's modded, they do have a tendency to actually attack you. Also interesting,
quickly.
because this fella right here, this is Creeper, and he's a very interesting guy. He's a merchant, and basically his thing is that he buy and sell things at exactly their value, regardless of your mercantile skill, and you can't negotiate with him. So if we want to sell him this ebony right, he also has 5,000 gold exactly. So if we sell him this ebony right bracer, he'll buy it for 5,000. And then we can wait for another 24 hours, and he'll have his gold back. And if we want, we can actually sell him things that are more valuable than 5,000 gold. So for example, we've got 5 of these ebony darts. We can sell him those for 10,000, and then buy our ebony right bracer back and get that, and 5,000 gold with it. And then we rest for another 24 hours. And then sell him the ebony right bracer again. And we're good. So, yeah, we're going to be selling a lot of things to this guy. But for now, I'll put that off until later because we have more sealing to do. I'm just going to drop the rest of this loot off here. We're going to hold on to the weapons, though, because they still need to be repaired. Yeah, I'll put the lanterns here. Now, there's actually one more thing to get in this house. If you go up here, you can find this crate over here, which has this orcish armor in it, which is decent medium armor and also decently valuable, so we're going to steal it naturally.
Do you take me
Of course,
for
now
a
we're over encumbered,
fool?
so... Well, yeah. Just leave the sword there for a second. We'll go get it again.
Say your needs.
Now, we are going to go, before we do anything else, we're going to, well, first of all, we're just going to hop off the balcony here, and we're going to go to this store here.
Yes?
See, this guy actually has a few nice items for sale, so we're going to wait for a bit, and
Can you ask your question quickly?
just quickly bribe him up. Yeah, that's good. Now we'll sell him these books that we stole, and also that hackalo we've been holding on to for a while. And he's got these, he's got a few nice, basically this Ring of Aversion, the Ring of Fireball, and the Ring of Lightning Bolt. Two very nice magic items. It's also got this robe that heals you, which is pretty decent. And Ring of Aversion makes you invisible for 10 seconds, which has its uses. He also sells an Amulet of Recall, which we don't really have marked yet, but that'll be useful. And this robe, which isn't really that great, but it's stylish, so I'm going to buy it. And then I'll just sell some things that I can't sell to Creeper. Get rid of that book, too. And yeah. And, yeah, that's better. There we go. Now, there's one last place that we're going to want to go to that's not in Caldera, though it is close to it.
Go ahead, stranger. Yes?
It's a ways away, and there's not really any monsters or anything on the way here, so it's really good to go here pretty early, because this is there's a really important item that we find over here. Basically, you just head to the northwest exit of Caldera, keep walking for a bit. So there's a fork in the road here, and there's also a naked Nord just kind of standing there. Sorry. And yeah, we don't really want to get caught up in whatever weirdness he's involved in, so we're just gonna go right here. There's another fork, and we want to go left here. Now, you might be able to see our target off in the distance there. Now this is Pimeni, or yeah.
If you want something, now's the time to
There's
talk.
something I want. Those. And she mentions the boots of blinding speed, which are definitely something we'd be interested in. And she wants us to take her to Narmak, but you know, that's really boring. And honestly, there's a way you can. She's not gonna survive this trip. I'll be honest. She can, but it's boring, and so yeah, we're just gonna kill her, just in the interest of time. Just take these scrolls that we got, finish her off, and look, we don't have quite enough, but luckily we've got these 2 rings that'll help us out.
I'm not giving up that easily.
And you'll notice that she's not hitting us because, well, she's blind. The boots of blinding do exactly what they suggest. You can see the effects here. 100% blind. Yeah, but they also give you a very hefty speed buff. We're also going to be taking her clothes, but we'll give her ours back, just so she doesn't have to die without any dignity. Now, let's try those boots on. And you can see that we are not 100% blind, but we are 200 points faster, and it's a big, big difference. It's incredibly helpful in the early game, and really even up until the late game. It's these are basically a mandatory item, if you ask me. Anyway, the reason that we're only half blind is obviously because of our Breton natural ability. We have 50% magicka resistance, so that 100% blind gets cut in half to 50% blind. And got a little confused here. But yeah, we're just heading back this way. And while being blind is, or half blind, isn't really going to affect our character that much, it's going to make things darker, and there's no real need for that, so we're going to find a way around that very soon. Just going to hop in here and go back to Balmora.
I shouldn't have pushed so hard.
All right, I'm listening.
Let's see if we go talk to this lady over here. She has a spell we can buy. Strong resist magicka. We can make that into something a little more reasonable if we talk to her. She's a spell maker. We're going to make 2 spells with her. First of all, make one that just gives us 50 points of magicka resistance for 2 seconds. And we'll call it Boots of Blinding Weed. Anyway, for our other spell, we're going to make a telekinesis spell that's just a little easier for us to cast. If we make it 9 points for 3 seconds, you can see it only costs 1 point. 1 point of magicka. So that's... And 3 seconds and 9 feet isn't more than enough for us. We'll just sort of reach over and grab something.
Yes, Breton? What do you want?
Now we'll wait for a bit to recover our stamina. We'll take our boots off, put them back on. No blindness. And that works with... yeah, that works with basically any negative effect that we can cast on ourselves. So, there's actually one thing that we want to check out in Balmora. We're going to head over this bridge.
Say your name.
Then we're going to go over to that guard tower over there.
I will listen, Outlander.
And the guard tower in Suran, we found a sword of
What
white
do you
woe.
want?
And in this one, we can find another one. Of course, we can't really steal it with this guy without this guy seeing us, unless, of course, we hop up here. Quick save. Now we get our telekinesis spell out. Very quickly pop. And nothing to it. Now we'll just head back to the Mage's Guild. That's all we really needed here.
Speak, traveler. Quickly, Outlander.
What is this about, Breton?
Oh, and of course,
Probably nothing.
having some jumping issues, but and all of this stuff is now ours. And you can't actually take books with telekinesis, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's the last of the stealing that we're going to do for this episode. Now we are just going to go head back to Creeper
How interesting.
and start
A
actually
tourist.
selling things.
Watch your step.
Good day.
Let's hear it. What's this
Oh,
about?
but of course, one important step before we actually go sell things to Creeper is we're gonna head over here. Drop a hammer here. Let's just go over to this smith. See, all these weapons that we've got are actually a little damaged, and we want to get them all repaired. So yeah, we'll throw some gold to this guy. They're really expensive to repair, but we get way more from selling them in full condition. So we'll just step over here, pick up all of our stuff again, and we'll talk to a Creeper. Now I'm not going to show all of this really. I'm going to fast forward through most of it, but just keep in mind, we've got this grand soul gem that's worth 60,000, and you might be thinking it's impossible for us to actually sell that because it's too valuable, but well, you'll see.
This is a journey into money. Loads of money. Arnhem. Ich like money.
Okay, just to briefly interrupt my montage for a moment, we're going to try selling this now. Between Twilight Souls for 60,000, so we just buy 2 of these. Thing. And there you go. Okay, let's sell the rest of this off. We now return you to your regularly scheduled montage.
LODS of AMO
say spell, loads of money.
Okay, so we're just about the end of our little selling spree here. Just sell the last of that, and yeah, there we go.
Say your needs.
Now if we check our inventory here, we have about 135,000 gold. So that's pretty decent. It's a decent amount of money to have just starting the game. So yeah, now that we've got all the money in the world, it's time for us to actually gain some power with it. Of course, this has been a pretty long episode as it is, so we're going to leave that till next time. But there are a lot of things that we can do with all of this money, and I will be going into those plenty in our next episode. So, so I'm just going to save my game here, and I will see you next time. And thank you for joining me on Let's Break Morrowind.